I am making this video for my friend Leet. Look at that sexy dude. He asked me about the finals, so this is my review of the finals. Also, forgive how hoarse my voice was for like the first half of the video. The finals is a competitive first-person shooter where 4 teams of 3 players will compete to grab cash boxes and place them into a vault. A match lasts 15 minutes. The team that cashes out the most wins. The cash boxes and vaults spawn in random locations, making every match feel different. To add even more chaos, your match can take place in one of 2 different maps. More maps may be added later to the game. Also, everything on the map can be destroyed, so the map is forever changing during the match. The game is not a simple-minded shooter, it's objective-based. You can make the decision to cash out now or hijack someone else's cash out. A cash out starts when you put a cash box in a vault, but then there is a timer. You don't complete the cash out until the timer runs out. In that time, another team can destroy you and hijack the cash out for themselves. The cash boxes, vaults, and active cash outs are visible on the map. This mechanic is why they're able to do away with storm circles found in other games like Apex and Fortnite. Due to the fact it's an objective-based game and a small map, teams will naturally find each other and fight. There isn't much of an option to camp. You're either where you need to be or you'll lose the game. So no one is ratting in a corner all game. That doesn't mean there aren't sneaky people hiding around the corner waiting to ambush a rival team who comes for the cash box. If someone drops team mid-game, you are likely to get a replacement within a few minutes. The game seems to prioritize placing you into pre-existing matches that have a player missing. The only way to avoid this and guarantee you start in a fresh match is to play the game with at least one other friend, since it is highly unlikely that a game has a team with 2 people missing at once. And the game will not split up you and your buddy, so again, you'd have to spawn together on a team missing 2 people, which rarely, if ever, happens. And of course, with 2 other friends, you have a full team, thus you can only spawn in a new match together. There are 3 classes to choose from: light, medium, and heavy. The lightweight is fast. Their special ability and available weapons make them a fast, stealthy glass cannon. They hit hard, they hit quick, but die easily. The medium weight is a support class. Medium health bar, medium movement speed, they are basically healers. Normally I play very aggressive, but in this game I actually feel a sense of satisfaction being able to instantly revive a downed teammate, or stand behind a heavyweight and buff his health with my healing beam. I always come away from the match feeling like no matter how many times I died, no matter how few kills I got, I was valuable to the team. I've played matches where I know if I was using the lightweight, we would have come in dead last. But we came in first or second only because I used the healer. The last class is the heavyweight. He has twice the HP of a lightweight, and moves the slowest. But he is a bullet sponge that can non-stop spam explosions and machine gun fire. With a heavy, you can tank a fight against any other player so long as you have a healer hitting you from behind with their healing beam. Each class has their own unique weapons, but you can only carry 1 weapon at a time. You can carry 3 gadgets, and some of these gadgets are available to every class, while some are available only to your unique class. And of course, you have a unique special ability. Actually, you have one of 3 to choose from. You can always swap out your loadout with reserves. The reserve toolbar lets you load an alt weapon and 3 alt gadgets before each match. You can swap to your reserves, mixing and matching your current loadout with your reserves every time you die. You can do this while waiting to be revived or when you're waiting to respawn. However, you don't start off with your selection of every weapon, ability, and gadget. You have to unlock these things with points that you earn from playing the game. In other words, you have to level up to unlock these things. But luckily, you can load into a practice range where you can play around with all the items. That way you can get a feel for whether or not any given weapon, ability, or gadget is worth spending your points on. Also, you can only hold 3,000 points at a time, so be sure to spend them unlocking things. And I would definitely recommend spending your points on unlocking weapons and gadgets before spending your points buying cosmetics. Also, each weapon has different skins or wraps or whatever you want to call its aesthetic. The more you use a particular weapon or item, the more you level it up. After enough points, you'll unlock a new skin you can apply to it. You can also get skins for your character. Weapons, and so on from the Battle Pass. Others can be purchased with your credit card. None of the skins on anything give you a competitive advantage. It's just an aesthetic. So there's no pay to win. And lastly, there are 4 game modes. The first, and this one is the only option available when you create a new account, is called Quick Cash. And it plays out like I already mentioned. But then they added a mode called Bank It. Bank It allows you to kill a person, and they drop coins. You pick up the coins, and then you find a vault to cash out. If you don't cash out, someone might kill you, and then you'll drop all of your coins. In the other game mode, your team had to be strategic with the cash outs. In this mode, it feels more individualistic. Everyone just kills anyone from any other team, grabs the coins, and cashes it. However, it is still a team effort because whichever team cashed out the most amount of coins wins. It doesn't matter if it was one guy doing all the cashing or the whole team. Then you have the original game mode, but it's done tournament style. It's simply called Tournament. And then you have the same thing as that, except that it's Ranked Tournament. I should mention that while this game is team-oriented, you as an individual player profit from both your team's finishing position and from your individual actions. Kills, damage dealt, and assisted kills add to your combat score. Revives and heals count towards your support score. And being the one that cashes out counts towards your whatever the heck it is score. All of which determines the individual XP and in-game money you earned for that match. Your XP goes towards completing the Battle Pass and unlocking new features. The in-game money you earn, you can use to purchase cosmetics or unlock new weapons and gadgets. Also, as mentioned, every time you successfully use an item, you get XP on that item, which allows you to unlock fancy cosmetics for that item. And that's pretty much how the game plays. As for the game's performance, I'm running a pair of NVIDIA GeForce GTX 660s, so I don't meet the hardware requirements to play the game. However, the Finals is available on NVIDIA GeForce Now cloud gaming service. I subscribed to the Priority, which is the second tier, which runs games on an RTX 2080. For $20 a month, I can run games on the RTX 480. The game runs just fine on a 2080. Although I will say, do not bump up your field of view higher than the default. At least not if you're going to run on a graphics card which is a 2080 or the equivalent thereof. You get massive frame drops. Or at least that's my experience using the NVIDIA cloud service. If this were running on native hardware, it might be a different story. But I've just noticed out of all the visual settings, field of view has the most frame rate drops. And here's a look at the actual minimum requirements for the game. Aside from making sure you don't bump up your field of view really high, the only other advice I have is turn off motion blur. In any FPS game, always turn off motion blur. It always adds a really huge input delay. I don't know why, it just does. But yeah, the game is graphically gorgeous, and it's pretty fun to play. Someone once reviewed this game a few months ago, and they complained how long it takes to level up your Battle Pass. And they made a point like, you know, I'm subscribed to the Apex Battle Pass, the Fortnite Battle Pass, and now I got the Finals Battle Pass, and that's a lot of Battle Passes. Well, the thing is, I've barely played this game, and I'm already half complete my Battle Pass, which I haven't purchased yet, but the points are there towards, you know, completing your entire Battle Pass. And I've only been playing for, like, this week. And I haven't even been playing that much this week. So, I think you level up the Battle Pass really fast, if I'm being honest.